Erica, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
I know. I was so sad. I'm so
I
happy to be
know.
back. I saw a
I
couple of
know.
your videos in the last couple of days, and I was like, we have to talk about this. Like, I don't even remember what it was, but I was so excited. I'm like, we have to talk about all these things.
I know. I know. Well, last week I was sick
Mm,
and it was one of those, I don't know if you've ever had this happen where like you feel yourself getting sicker by like the
mm.
second, but
Yes.
that's what happened to me last Tuesday. It was like 3 o'clock
Oh,
and I started like coughing. Then I started sneezing. And then by the 5 o'clock or whenever I texted you, I was like, oh, I'm like fully out of commission.
yeah. I hate when that happens. And,
The
and
worst.
you got sick, and then you canceled the following week because you had a work thing, and I got sick shortly after that. So I was like grateful. I got the stomach bug, and that's just
Oh, that's the worst.
it's short lived, but it's the worst.
It is the
It's the
worst.
worst.
Yeah. So we were
Mhm.
just falling apart at the
We
seams.
we were oddly the winter didn't take us out, but the summer has
No, but the
been.
summer somehow. Oh, well,
Mhm.
you know what? We got through it. We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
And we've got an interesting one tonight, which I did.
Mhm.
Usually I like to surprise you, but for this one, I had a
Yeah.
feeling you might know something about these two. I was like, I'm going to text her. And yeah, we're talking about Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. Are you excited for this one?
I am. I am. I've been knee deep in this drama for a couple years actually.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a something circulating on the internet. I think it was last year where people
Mm-hmm.
were accusing Hailey Bieber of copying things that Selena
Yes.
Gomez was doing. I almost
There
called
was
her
a
Selena Bieber.
seven there was a 7-part series. Do you recall the 7-part video series that was circulating on the internet about how
Yes.
obsessed Haley, quote unquote, was with
Right. And so
Selena?
then I was like not convinced that she was
Mm-hmm.
actually like copying her with stuff.
Right.
So I went to debunk it. And I have an
Mm-hmm.
11-part series. If you go through my playlist on TikTok, I have an 11-part series called Selena and Haley that tries to debunk every time Selena allegedly copied or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't debunk a single one. They were all true. And I tried hard. I did research, you guys.
Well, that is real tea because I
Mhm.
did not attempt to debunk anything for this. So you're going to have to take us through your attempted debunking
Mhm.
and the debunking of the debunking, like basically proving that it was true. But yeah,
Mhm.
I do recall everyone being so obsessed with them. But the thing that made me want to do this episode now actually had nothing to do with any of that drama. It was because Hailey Bieber sold her company for $1 billion.
Mhm.
And when I saw that news, I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Like,
That's what I said too.
oh, I guess she's a
Yeah.
serious businesswoman. So
Yeah.
that made me kind of look twice at her. And that is
Mhm.
how we got here tonight. Hello and welcome to Two Queens, Two Crowns. I am your host, KJ Miller, founder, lecturer, and content creator.
And I'm Erica Manganelli, pop culture comedian and content creator.
And tonight on the show, we are discussing Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber, two billionaires, two beautiful ladies, two young women, and two women brought together via Justin Bieber.
Such a good intro. What a great description. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like we were discussing, I never followed these two. I don't listen to Selena Gomez's music. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just, it has never
Yeah.
piqued my interest. I certainly never followed Hailey Bieber's modeling career. Like when she popped up in a relationship with Justin Bieber, I had no idea who she was. Of course, I'm like tangentially familiar with both. They're both too famous not to be. But most of what I know about both of them, I learned as a result of researching this episode.
Okay. Yeah, I know a little bit just because there's so much drama with them on the internet, and so I can't avoid it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've talked about them numerous amounts of times.
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn?
Oh, so much. And I will say I walked away with more respect for both of them. Not that I didn't respect them. I just, like I said, I didn't know that much about them. I walked away with more respect for both of them. So, we'll get into it right after this. Well, folks, if you're not subscribed to our bonus episodes, I don't know why, because they're so good. They're so fun. It's a little bit of everything. Sometimes you get pop culture. Sometimes you get life updates. Sometimes you get deep dives into randomness that's going on with me and Erica. There's a lot of fun stuff. Every month we give you an extra bonus episode, but you have to subscribe. You can subscribe on Patreon, patreon.com/2queens2crowns. You can subscribe via my Substack. If you find KJ Off the Clock on Substack, you get bonus episodes there. You can subscribe via Apple. I mean, we've given you unlimited options. Okay. So if you love this pod, if you love me and Erica, be sure to subscribe to our monthly bonus episodes. And with that, let's get back to the show. All right, let's dig in. As always, I'm going to start, with a little bit of background. I don't know how much you know about Selena and Hailey, like early background, early
I know
life.
a little bit. I know that Selena's from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I know Hailey Bieber is a Baldwin.
Yes.
And I think she grew up in New York, right?
Yeah, is that right? Because I feel
don't
like
know.
because she was the daughter of an actress, she may have been a little bit New York, a little bit LA.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. LA, maybe. Totally.
Mm-hmm. But Selena, okay, so a little bit about her.
Mm-hmm.
She was born in 1992 to her Mexican father and Italian mother.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
And yeah, me neither. And her mom was 16 years old when Selena was born.
that. No. Oh, my gosh. That poor thing.
Yep. Did not know that. And so they grew up pretty poor. And Selena was largely raised by her grandparents because her parents were young and like still in school. And so she spent a lot of times with her grandparents, and has in interviews talked about essentially being raised by them. And she was in Texas, like you said, but somehow, and I'm not entirely sure how, but somehow kind of got bit by the acting bug. And by the time she was 10 years old, she was appearing on the children's show Barney and Friends. Do you remember Barney?
I do. Yeah. I do. A big fan of Barney. It wasn't my like age range group, like that was like kids younger than me, but I do remember it because I had younger cousins and siblings and stuff.
Oh, okay. See, now I was a Barney kid.
Oh, you
I
were?
loved Barney. Now, but the thing is, the one Selena was on in 2002, that was like the next generation.
Right.
So we would have been a little old for that. But the Barney that I watched growing up, like when I was, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, whatever, that Barney, I mean, that was my jam. And I also remember
Baby Bop.
Yes, Baby Bop. And there was a movie because I think Barney went on tour or something and they made like a movie of it. And me and my little sister used to watch that movie every day. Okay.
I love that. Yeah.
Every day.
Barney was good.
Listen, Barney was my jam.
Sing-alongs.
The sing-alongs. Exactly. Okay. So she was in that from 2002 to 2004. So that was when she was 10 to 12.
Okay.
And then she emerged as a teen idol because she was on the Disney show Wizards of Waverly Place. And she was on that show from 2007 to 2012. Now, did you ever watch that show?
I watched it, but not like regularly. Again, I was like too old for that because like in 2003 is when I graduated. So like when she was on Barney, I was in high school. So I was like, and when she was on Wizardlies, I was in college.
Yeah, exactly. Same. I did not. I don't even remember hearing about this show. Like, I feel like I didn't find out about it until she became famous as a singer and then people referenced it. And I was like, oh, what's that show? I've never heard of it. So it never, made it into my realm of consciousness while it was on air, but it was a big show for Disney, like very, very successful. That kind of really catapulted her into fame. And then in 2008, so a year after signing on to Wizards of Waverly Place is actually when she signed with her first record deal. So she was with Hollywood Records and was in a band called Selena Gomez and the Scene. Now, do you remember this?
No, I don't remember that.
No, me neither. I don't know anything about that.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know anything about this little band. And apparently they released 3 albums, one in 2009, one in 2010, and one in 2011. So they were just spitting them out. And apparently they were like somewhat successful. Again, I don't know anything about this band or these albums, but they did pretty well.
And do we know anyone else in the band or?
No.
Okay.
Surely not.
Yeah, I figured. Just had to ask.
Yeah, no, I don't know anything about this band, but I do know after she released those 3 albums with the band, then she started releasing solo albums, and that's where like I become familiar with some of her songs.
Mm-hmm.
So her first album, Stars Dance, that came out in 2013, and it had that single "Come and Get It."
Mm-hmm.
If you're ready, come and get it.
Yeah, that's a good one. All
That
the
is a good
Selena
one.
Gomez music that I listen to are the top pop hits. Like those
Yeah.
are the ones I know. I don't know like the ones that the real fans know. I don't know.
No, me neither. I don't
Mm-hmm.
either. But yeah, that one I remember. Then in 2015, she released an album called Revival.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that had that song Good for You,
I like that
as
song.
well as, yes, Same Old Love and Hands to Myself.
Oh,
I don't
all
know
great, all
Hands.
great. Oh,
How does
keep my
Hands to
hands
Myself
to
go?
myself. I mean, I could, but why would I want to?
Uh,
No,
no, I don't
can't
think I
keep my
know that.
hands to myself. Okay, I'm not. Go to Spotify or something.
We'll go to Spotify.
Yeah.
But I do know Good for You, for you.
Yep.
Right? Is that how that goes? Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good one.
So I do know that one. And
Mhm.
then in 2020,
Mhm.
she had an album called Rare, very fitting
Mhm.
because that's also the year that she launched Rare Beauty.
Mhm.
And that actually contained her first Billboard #1,
Oh wow,
Lose You to Love Me.
that also was a good one.
And it's interesting because that one, I know it, but I don't remember thinking it was that much of a banger to be a #1.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other ones are better.
Yeah, for sure.
Like this one was a good song, but like those other 3 we were just talking about, wait, like I would have thought
Yeah.
those would have hit it.
Yeah, nope. That was her first one.
Weird.
So just to quickly recap, at 10 years old, she's on Barney. Then at 15, she goes to the Disney Channel. Then she releases her first album with her band at 17 and her first studio or solo album at 21.
Wow.
So this woman in the course of a decade, just became like essentially a household name, which is very, very impressive.
With like limited scandal. I know there was like other than this argument, there was like one little thing with Justin Bieber. That was a little sketch. But other than that, really no major scandals.
Wait, what was the sketch thing with Justin Bieber?
They were like essentially supposedly going to buy drugs and got caught by paparazzi. And then
oh boy,
I think they both may have denied that they weren't going to get drugs, and then she kind of did like a rehab thing. If I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was like a little there was a little rehab thing. Let me Google it. I'm pretty positive. Brief stint, Meadows Rehab Center in Arizona, 2014, and a longer one, a 90-day stay in Tennessee in 2016.
Oh, but for mental health treatment.
Right. She said it was for mental health treatment, but it kind of coincided with that incident. So people were thinking that it was like a drug thing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
a lot of assumptions, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of okay. No, I missed that. All right. Well, I will say I agree. I feel like she came up, had a big like launch into her career, and like you said, with relatively little scandal. I think like the biggest news in terms of like tabloid news was her on again, off again relationship with Justin Bieber.
Yeah, so toxic.
Yeah, but like other than that, she kind of was doing her thing, and then she did the mental health awareness, and then she launched her $1 billion brand. You know, she's just sort of been on the come up. Now she's acting in a hit show, Only Murders in the Building. She was in Amelia Perez, which obviously was very, very, scandalous for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
But won a bunch of awards, got a lot of critical acclaim. So she's had a heck of a career.
She has. She kills it.
Yeah. So then let's do some background on Hailey Bieber. Now, Hailey's middle name, again, did not know this. Her middle name is Rhode.
Okay.
That is why she named the business Rhode. I truly did not know that.
Is that like a maiden name or something? Like that's a random middle name.
That's a good question. Is it a maiden name? I don't know, but that is her middle name. And now Rhode being the name of her skincare brand makes sense. I truly did not know where that name came from.
Same. I had no idea. And maybe someone had said it before and I missed it, but I had no idea.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Okay, so
why did I think you were going to say her middle name was Selena? I thought you were going to say something ridiculous.
That would have been ridiculous.
Okay.
No. So now she was born in 1996, so she is 4 years younger
Okay.
than Selena, which I'll just say, I thought she was older than Selena. I don't know why.
Did you? Okay.
I
See, and
did.
I
Yeah.
thought they were the same age.
Yeah.
So,
She's younger.
And how is that with his age difference?
Oh, good question. When was Justin Bieber born? Let's find out. 1994. So he's right in between the two of them.
Okay.
He's 2 years younger than Selena and 2 years older than Hailey.
Okay.
Huh. Look at that. So she was born in Arizona, and she, of course, as you mentioned, is a Baldwin. So she comes from the very famous Baldwin family. Her dad is Stephen Baldwin. He is the youngest of the Baldwin brothers. He's been in a bunch of stuff I haven't heard of, but he was in Usual Suspects, which I am familiar with.
Right.
And then, of course, her uncle is Alec Baldwin, who's the most famous and the most well-known of the Baldwin siblings. She was raised in a pretty conservative Christian household, but obviously also pretty wealthy and famous household. So, unlike Selena, who came from a pretty poor family, very humble beginnings, Hailey came from a rich, wealthy, famous family.
Gotcha.
Very, very
who's her mom?
affluent. Now, who is her mom? Kenya Baldwin.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
That's so strange.
She is a graphic designer.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, listen, she's under the radar because I have never seen a single thing about her.
Yeah, me neither.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I love that for her because everyone else in the family gets fully harassed. Is she still married to him? She's Brazilian. So that must mean Hailey's half Brazilian. I'm learning so much tonight. She's from Brazil. I'm learning so much.
And apparently they are still together. They've been together for over 30 years.
Have you ever seen his Insta?
Stephen Baldwin's? No.
Oh, wow. Highly suggest going and watching some of his reels. They are off the wall.
Okay. Oh, no. All right. I don't know if I need to do all that.
Yeah, I think she has her hands full with him, to be honest. I think she has to kind of set up some boundaries there.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. One thing that I didn't realize about Hailey was she originally wanted to be a ballet dancer.
Oh, that's cool.
She was training pretty hard to be a ballet dancer. But
I could see her being a ballet dancer.
Yeah, she was planning on going pro, but got a foot injury, a pretty bad one that ended that path.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So instead, she went into modeling.
She was like, you know what? I think I'd be really great at walking on the catwalk with this bum foot. Let me get into modeling.
And she was signed with Ford Models when she was 18 years old.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And
cool.
pretty soon thereafter was signed and walking for Tommy Hilfiger, El Saab, Off-White, Ralph Lauren, Levi's, Vogue eyewear. She, was pretty early on successful as a model. Now, of course, she did come from a famous affluent family, so it is hard to know how much of this was her being really good at modeling and how much of it was just her uncle's connections,
which is probably why her and Kendall Jenner have become friends, right? They're both nepo babies in the industry.
Nepo babies, exactly. And I don't say that to try and take anything away from her. I'm just saying it's hard to know how much of it is her talent. I've seen Hailey Bieber's shoots, at least photo shoots, still images. She's a very pretty girl. And can she strike a pose? Absolutely. Have I ever seen anything from her that made me think, oh my God?
Yeah, no. And I've never seen her in a runway show where I've been first of all, I've never seen her in a runway show. Second of all, I've never seen her in a runway situation where I've been oh yeah, she was killing it.
Yeah. I mean, she was recently on the cover of Vogue. Let's take a look at her photos real quick.
Yeah, which her husband said that he thought she'd never be on.
Yeah, which
okay.
He's her biggest hater. I think we should just
biggest hater. Oh my God. He's her op.
He's literally an op. Okay, hold on. Let's just take a look at these photos. Maybe we're underselling her. Okay, maybe
we are. Maybe I haven't seen much.
So this is her cover. This thing here.
She looks pretty.
She looks pretty.
Does Vogue this might be a stupid question. I thought they put like celebrities on and they do like a little excerpt about them in the middle. Is that what they're doing here?
I think
Or is
so.
it
Let's
okay?
see if we can find more photos. Is this also a photo of her? I can
I
barely
don't.
see her.
Yeah, it definitely is. That was a
Okay.
choice.
I mean, I could barely see her in that one. Oh, okay. Is
Oh,
she in this
I like
one?
that one. I hope so because I like that one.
Which one is her?
I love an aerial arts moment.
But which one is her?
I don't know. Is there a caption? One of them looks like Gigi Hadid, kind of.
Oh, Bieber is on the right.
Oh, okay. That's the one I thought was Gigi
And
Hadid.
who's the other one?
Chrissy Jones.
Chrissy
trainer.
Jones, who's her trainer.
Have you ever done aerial arts?
Mm-mm.
It's very hard. I've done it. I like it. It's wonderful, but it is very hard.
Okay. Oh, now here's a shot.
Yeah,
this
I like
at least
that
is
one.
giving model. She's in this one. She has she's giving face.
Yeah,
she's
a
giving
little
face in this
wind-blown
one.
moment.
Yeah, hair is wind blown.
Mhm.
There's a tree in the background. She looks like she's in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one is giving at least model. These other ones not.
Also, this
so
is
much.
post baby, right?
I believe.
Okay. She looks amazing. She doesn't even look like she had a baby.
Yeah. This one here, she looks cute. I mean, I guess this is the thing I'll say. I'm not trying to be a hater, but honestly, most of these photos, she looks cute. Is it giving model, Naomi, Giselle, Zendaya? No, not to me.
I think our generation has a super high standard for what a supermodel is.
Right. And this, I mean, I hate to say it. I really am not trying to sound mean, but it is giving a bit basic.
It is giving a bit basic, and I'm going to tell you why, though. I do love it, and it's because it is such a slap in Justin Bieber's face because he didn't believe that she could ever make it on the cover, and that enough sells it for me.
Yeah.
I'll go out and buy it for that.
Yeah. I do like this one now. She's in some kind of orange slip dress
with this sun on her
cami
face.
sort of thing. Sun on her face. Again, giving face. She can give face. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
I don't find her poses to be that interesting, and I find some of these shots to be completely unnecessary. I don't know why she was hanging from those strings with her trainer. Or like this shot with her dog feels very basic to me. Like we're trying to recreate some basic version of Americana.
Yeah, I like that one a little bit. The
Yeah,
Jeep
this
one.
one. Yeah, the Jeep
I like
one,
that
not
swim
bad.
one before too. The swim one that looks like there's someone else in the pool. I like that one too. I don't know. Again, it's basic, but most of them are.
Yeah, she's a very pretty girl, you know. And so to me, it's like, is she on the cover of Vogue because she's a great model or because she's a pretty and extremely famous girl? I don't know, but fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna go with pretty famous and white.
Well, exactly. I think it's a combo of those three.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, she's been very successful.
She has.
As a model. And like I said, they both, Selena and Hailey, come from very different backgrounds. And ultimately, I truly don't know if they would ever even be mentioned in the same sentence if it weren't for Justin Bieber.
I'm going to go with never.
Right?
Yeah.
Because why would their paths even cross?
Yeah. You know, it's hard to say because it would probably be a totally different timeline if Selena Gomez didn't have that scandalous breakup with him. Like, who knows? She could have been friends with like the Kardashians. We just don't know how that path would have went. There are so many things that happen.
That's true. Maybe in another life, but to me, they feel very different. They feel like they run in very different circles. I think there's a real reality where we never would have been talking about the two of them together had it not been for their relationships with Justin Bieber, which I fear we do now have to walk through this timeline. And it is a bit of a messy timeline.
I want to like Justin Bieber so much. But then I see how he treats both of them separately and when they were having like the combined drama. And I really hate it. Like it feels toxic. He feels like the problem every time.
Yeah.
And that's so sad because I like really want to like him. But it's so hard.
Yeah. And I feel like what makes it doubly hard is then it just colors the lens through which we view these two women when there's no real reason why you need to view either of them through the lens of Justin Bieber. Like, they're both
Truly.
so accomplished on their
Yeah.
own. They've built successful businesses on their own. Like, that had nothing to do with him.
Mhm.
Even Hailey, like, is she a Nepo baby? Sure. But like, she built a business and sold it for $1 billion in 3 years, which is
Yeah.
like unheard of, even for Nepo babies. Like, it
Mhm.
just is unheard of. So she has
Mhm.
done something. She's connected to consumers in such a big way, connected to Gen Z in such a big way. You have to give her props for that. So to me, there's plenty to talk about with these two women without having to talk about Justin. But unfortunately, we do have to talk about Justin because
We do.
that's how we got here. Okay.
We do. It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but here we are. So this all starts when Selena and Justin become a couple in 2011. So February 2011, they make their red carpet debut. Where they met, how they met, who cares? Probably some
Mhm.
after party, something, whatever.
Probably.
But in 2011, they become official. Interestingly, that same year, Hailey, because at this point, Hailey is not famous. She's famous in that she's a bald one, but she's not famous.
Yeah,
Nobody
but like
knows who
nobody
she
knows
is.
who she is. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So she's tweeting the way anybody else is tweeting. Okay.
Mhm.
So
The tweets. The
so
tweets.
yes, in 2011, she tweets that she's a fan of Selena and Justin. She writes, "I'm for sure 100% team hashtag Jelena."
Oh. The worst part, in my opinion, of this particular drama is Haley's age and her being a fan of him and of them as a
Right.
couple, because it
Yeah.
was so open and so public. It's so embarrassing.
And she was 15.
Of
It's
course.
2011.
Yeah.
She's 15 years old. She clearly has a crush on Justin Bieber, but like a lot of girls who have a crush on Justin Bieber, she
Mhm.
also probably is a fan of Selena Gomez. And she's like,
True.
oh my God, this is so cute, whatever.
Mhm.
Later that year, in September 2011, she tweeted again and said, I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Delete the timeline.
I
Delete the
know.
timeline.
I
Oh,
know.
I hate
Tough. It is tough that like
That
that's
is
just
public
out there.
forever.
Yeah, like a
And you
thing you
married
tweeted
him?
at 15. Yeah. It's tough.
Okay.
Okay, so then
Mhm.
Selena and Justin, they're together for a little over a year. Then November 2012, they break up for the first time. However, it doesn't last long because about 6 months later, in April 2013, they're back together. And this kicks off a pattern with them, right? Because it's like they break up, they're back. They break up, they're back. So they're back together as of April 2013. Again, they last for another, call it, year and a half. Break up November 2014.
Yeah.
And
It's a lot of breaking up.
yeah. And by the way, 2014 is when Hailey is 18 and gets signed as a model. So she's now
But
sort
at
of.
this point, has she met him?
Now, I don't know because I actually think by this point she
I do.
has.
No,
Yeah, I think she
definitely
has,
met
right?
him.
Because she met him when she was like young at some like meet and greet thing, right?
She met him because her dad brought her to a red carpet event and he was there, and she forced her, or her dad introduced her to him on video on a red carpet. So there is a video of their first meeting. I hate this so much. I hate it so much. It's so secondhand cringe. Okay.
Yeah, because this all goes back to what we were talking about with people speculating that Hailey is obsessed with Selena, because this is what they start bringing in, all of these details. Like, well, first she tweeted when she was 15 years old, then she did a meet and greet with Justin when she was 16 or whatever. Okay, so but November 2014, they break up. Again, this is their second breakup. Then the very next month, December 2014, Hailey and Justin are spotted spending time together in the holidays and posting each other on social media. However, Justin posts a picture of him and Hailey, and he captions it, "People are crazy. I'm super single, and this is my good friend. You would know otherwise."
I didn't know that one. I didn't know that piece of it. I hate it. No, not him doubling down. That's like the ultimate cheating boyfriend thing to say, by the way. This is just my friend. You're crazy. Like,
You're crazy.
He gaslit all of the world on Instagram.
So then fast forward another year, and reportedly Justin serenades Selena Gomez at a hotel bar in Beverly Hills. So they're at some bar, they're out. She has recently broken up with music producer Zedd, and he serenades her by singing My Girl by The Temptations and also singing his own song, Sorry. Which I had to tell you, that sounds so awkward to me.
Sounds horrible.
Do not come up to me in public singing your own song as like some attempt to like apologize to me. Please keep it, sir. That to me, because then it's about you. It's not about me.
But also, like, could you imagine just standing in a hotel lobby? First of all, you're famous and everybody knows you. So, like, let's start off right there, okay? And you're standing in a hotel lobby and he's singing and everyone's dead silent and you're just standing there. That's my
so
worst
awkward.
Nightmare.
That is so awkward. And again, you're making it about you. If you are actually trying to apologize to me, you can come say something sweet to me, buy me something nice, present something to me, a handwritten note, explain to me how you fucked up, blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of ways you can apologize, but singing your own song to me in public, no, that's not it.
No, write me a poem and recite it in front of all those people. I still hate that, but it's more meaningful.
Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you, sir. So that's November 2015. But then just 1 month later, after singing these little songs, he is spotted kissing Hailey Bieber on New Year's Eve. And not only spotted, he posts it to his Instagram. So, okay, so that happens. That is December 2015. Justin and Hailey kiss on New Year's. He posts it on his Instagram, even though a month earlier he had been serenading Selena. So then by January 2016, Selena's done, okay? And she actually gives an interview with Rolling Stone, and they ask her about Justin, and she replies, honestly, what I would love to be printed is that I am so beyond done with talking about that and about him. So she's like,
I love that.
Please stop. I'm over it, which I can understand, because if 2 months ago he was serenading you and then he's popping up on Instagram kissing her, clearly this is a deeply unserious man. So
deeply unserious.
She's just like, I'm over it.
She's like, that girl can have him. I'm over it.
Exactly. However, that doesn't last, because by the following year, in October 2017, they're back together. And they stay together until March 2018, where they break up again, and this is their final breakup.
If I were Hailey, that would have turned me off. What do you mean you left me and you were with someone else for like a year or two? And then you're coming back to me? Oh, yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah. So they break up March 2018, and July 2018,
they're married.
Hailey and Justin announced their engagement.
Okay, engagement.
And
quick.
He announces it on Instagram. Yes, extremely quick. Literally, because not only in March may have been when they broke up. However, they made it official. Selena and Justin made their relationship official in March in celebration of Justin's 24th birthday. Wow. And then later that month is when they broke up. So then April, May, June, July, 4 months later, he is engaged to Hailey Bieber. And this is what he writes on his Instagram, which again,
his Instagram, oh my.
Yeah, we need his Instagram. We need to shut it down. Okay.
We do. We need to shut it down.
It's
becoming Britney Spears-esque.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
Okay, so to announce the engagement, he writes, was gonna wait a while to say anything, but word travels fast. Listen, plain and simple, Hailey and Hailey, I am so in love with everything about you. So committed to spending my life getting to know every single part of loving you patiently and kindly. I promise to lead our family with honor and integrity, letting Jesus through his Holy Spirit guide us in everything we do and every decision we make. My heart is completely and fully yours, and I will always put you first. This is capitalized. That's why I'm yelling.
I could tell.
You are the love of my life, Hailey Baldwin, and I wouldn't want to spend it with anybody else. You make me so much better, and we complement each other so well. Can't wait for the best season of life yet. Mind you, I'm only halfway through this caption. I'm over it. I've already read too much. It's so long, and it just feels it feels performative. It feels like we're doing the most. Like, I need to convince everybody that there's a reason that I'm now engaged 4 months after breaking up with Selena, and it's because I'm so in love and Jesus. Like,
yeah, the I'm so in love with my wife crowd on Insta is always the same people that are
Red
divorced
flag.
like a month later. Like,
Huge
every
red
time.
flag.
Huge red flag.
I just feel like there's nothing wrong with posting about your husband. I usually every anniversary, I put a nice little picture up from our wedding and say, 7 years
I still
down,
like him. Look.
50 to go. Something cute. Okay, fine. I support that.
Yeah.
But when you are posting novels about how in love you are,
I fear we don't need more than 3 sentences in a caption.
I think
feel
three.
like that's
I think
even
3
overdoing
sentences.
it.
Exactly. I agree. Anything over that feels like overkill. Feels performative. Feels like you're trying to convince us you're in love. You don't need to convince me. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not married to you.
I have to hit the see more button. I'm done.
Yeah. Now we're doing too much.
We're doing too much. Also, that caption is kind of why people were under the assumption, I think, that the church that they were attending was kind of like pushing them towards getting married or like setting it up for her to marry him.
Yeah. And I do recall he went on, was it Ellen? He gave an interview where he basically called it an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
And which I think is another thing they allude to in that 7-part series, that like the church elders or whoever the fuck who is a part of that church. I don't know anything about that church, but like,
same.
Yeah, they like knew him and knew her and knew her family and maybe his family, and they like kind of like pushed them together. And he kind of alluded to it. He basically said, yeah, it was kind of basically an arranged marriage.
Right. And his choice of words is always getting them caught up in shit. Like that. Like, why would you even say that shit?
Why would you say that?
He can't keep his mouth shut. He like cannot. No, like recently he put some stuff up about her that I was just like, what?
Well, recently he posted something. Actually, let me go see if this was true. I was like, is this true or am I being trolled?
Tell me, I've been stalking it.
Because he posted a picture of her or something, but then the song that he chose was I Wish by Carl Thomas. And I don't know if you're familiar with that song, but the lyrics literally are, and I wish I never met her at all.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the song. That's true?
Yeah, there was another one with another weird song. That's not the only one. He posted another one with her in her car. It's just like a photo of her in her car, and then it's another like weird song about how like I don't like you. Like I was like flabbergasted. I know I tweeted about. I'm not tweeted. I don't tweet anymore. I'm not on X. I mean, I'm not on Twitter. Whoa, lapse of judgment. I know that on Threads, I definitely screenshotted and wrote about this. So if you deep dive through my threads, you'll see it. He was posting like mean shit about her. He still is, by the way.
And on Mother's Day, he posted like, I think about his mom, but nothing about her, the mother of his child.
Yeah. Strange behavior.
Very strange behavior.
I don't know. But then after he does something like that, directly like a slide or two after in the stories or like another post later or a day later, he's like, and this is my wife and I love her and she's beautiful. Or it'll be like a picture of them kissing. And I'm just like, did she foreshadow?
Well, it does. Weird. It feels very much like he's kind of swinging on a pendulum back and forth. And, there's been a lot of speculation that he's on drugs. I don't know if he is or isn't, but I will say the behavior feels very erratic. And that oftentimes is a sign of someone being under the influence of some substance or another. Who knows if he is or if he isn't, but it does feel quite erratic.
And as her being a new mom, if that is what's going on, I do not wish that on her at all. Because imagine like trying to like take care of a kid and like your husband's like acting like that. I'd be like, grow up, bro.
Yeah.
They were like traveling in different vehicles to the restaurant and stuff. People were like, why are they doing that? I'm like, because he probably wants to like blaze in the car and she's got a little baby. She's probably like
Oof.
not feeling that vibe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Ugh. Just the thought of someone being erratic or posting negative things about me when I'm
Mm-mm.
a year into motherhood, like,
Right?
yeah. Okay, but to continue our little timeline
Mm-hmm.
here, all right. So now these guys get engaged July 2018. The following year, Selena drops her song, which will become a number one, "Lose You to Love Me," and
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty widely assumed that it is about Justin Bieber, which I think is a
Seems
fair
like it.
assumption.
Yeah, seems
I
like it
think.
is.
Mhm. It does have a lyric that says, "In 2 months, you replaced us like it was easy."
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it
I think.
has to be about him. Yeah, it has to be about him.
I think.
Yeah. And good for her.
And good for her.
Because
You know
like
what?
literally she like only wrote like a song or two probably about him and like she could have gave us a whole album.
Yeah, it could have been much worse. And,
Mm-hmm.
music is supposed to be cathartic. So, yes,
Mm-hmm.
she drops that song. Everyone assumes it's about him. Later that day, Hailey faces some backlash because she uploads a screenshot of the song "I'll Kill You" by
Mm-hmm.
Summer Walker,
Mm-hmm.
which most people assume she is referring to Selena Gomez. Now, she does shut that or try to shut that down by saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Please stop with the nonsense. There's no response. This is complete BS." But I just feel like, ma'am,
Okay, and this is not the only time she's done this.
no, it's not.
It's not. It's not
It's
like,
not.
and there was also an incident I think with her and her friends where they posted things kind of like where you could assume it was about Selena Gomez,
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't have to reach too far to. And I think Kendall Jenner was one of those people because they're like
Mm-hmm.
besties or whatever. But yeah, they're just kind of like in this high school mean girl bully kind of situation going on there.
Yeah. And the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, like, I can understand. Yes, Selena drops that song. It is very obviously about Justin Bieber. You are
Mm-hmm.
now married to Justin Bieber, so you get to feel some sort of way. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like I understand feeling some sort of way, but what I don't understand is if you're gonna post something, post it and then just say silent about it because you know and I know what it was. You didn't post the screenshot of "I'll Kill You" the same day she dropped that song and
Yeah.
everybody's talking about her and Justin. You didn't post that and not think that people would assume you were
Yeah.
talking about her.
And
Come
and
on.
the whole comment section on your Insta is like people being like, "Well, Selena wrote a song about your man." Like, come on, girl, we know you knew. Like, what?
And apparently, I didn't even really see this, but Selena, I guess, later the next day, so after um, Hailey posts the "I'll Kill You" song, Selena says, while promoting her new single, "I do not stand for women tearing women down. I will never, ever be by that. So please be kind to everyone. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If you're my fans, don't be rude to anybody. Please don't go off and say things that you just feel in the moment." So to me, it sounds like she's sort of trying to cover for Hailey and basically be like,
Yeah.
don't be me.
Yeah. The first time out of like 18 times that she has to do that going forward. And obviously, that's an exaggeration, but she's done that a couple times afterwards too.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
people just like, I don't know that I would do that. She's a big person because I don't
Yeah.
know that I would do that. I'd be like, let her come and suffer.
Mm-hmm. Well, and to Hailey's credit, 2 years later, she liked a magazine cover that Selena was on. So in August
Mhm.
2021, Hailey then liked a photo on Elle's Instagram that had Selena as its cover star, which
Mhm.
people, basically interpreted to say, okay, maybe they've buried the hatchet. Whatever drama
Mhm.
there was, maybe it's over and done with.
Mhm. But was it?
Well, as of April 2022,
Mhm.
I guess fans, even though maybe some people thought, oh, these two have buried the hatchet, some people just weren't willing to leave it alone. And that, I feel like that's always the case when it comes to two women who are sort of in this like being pitted against each other narrative.
Mhm.
Even when they've quashed it, the public hasn't. Like I
Of
feel like we've seen
course.
that with so many pairs.
Mhm.
Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese, like so many people who have quashed things, but people can't let it go.
They
So
can't.
April 2022, Hailey asks people to stop leaving comments about Selena and Justin on her social media page in a video captioned, "This is for you guys in my comments every single time I post." So she says to camera, "Leave me alone. At this point, I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone. I beg of you truly. That's my only request. Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else."
I remember that. There was a big stir on TikTok about
Mm-hmm.
that video. Yeah. And then I think almost that's kind of where people started to be like, she's always copying her. She's always copying her. It started like in 2022.
Yeah.
It started to spiral.
Yeah. And then in September of 2022, she was on the Alex Cooper Call Her Daddy podcast. And she basically addressed the speculation that she had, quote unquote, stolen Justin from Selena. And she says, "I can say, period, point blank, I was never with him when he was in a relationship with anybody. That's the end of it." So that's basically her trying to say, like, y'all are trying to act like I stole him, but there was no overlap whatsoever.
Yeah. My honest opinion about it is I don't believe her. Sorry, I just don't believe her. I just don't believe her at all. I just don't. I don't think she deserves the hate she's getting, but because it is a long time ago, let's all get over it, right? And like, also, she got the booby trap prize. She's like, Selena Gomez is the one who got the good prize here. Like, let's be honest. But to act like she had no part in that, which I feel like she does kind of often, is crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like I think I could believe that, like, there was technically no overlap, as in at no point while he was still boyfriend and girlfriend with Selena was he also hooking up with her. So like
Also,
there was no physical cheating. I could definitely believe that.
I say I don't believe her, but what I can believe is that he told her there's no overlap and she chose to believe him and not look any deeper into it. I could believe that for sure. Because he seems like that kind of dude. Or like he used to be that kind of dude. I don't know what he's like now.
Yeah. Yeah. And to me, I think like even if there was no cheating, right? Like you were never with him at any point where he was in a relationship with Selena, to be engaged 4 months after they have broken up, does it feel like there's at least got to be some emotional overlap there? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just,
for sure.
Common sense would say there's got to be something.
Yeah. And to not acknowledge how messy the back and forth was, as if he didn't clearly go date her and then date the other one and bounce back 2 or 3 times. It's kind of crazy. It's just like you're just going to ignore that happened. We all watched it. We're not blind.
Right. But I will say, along with what she said about there being, no overlap, essentially, she also said there's no drama with Selena. It's all respect. It's all love. And she said they had spoken since the wedding and like things were good.
Yeah. I remember at some point, one of them put on the story, like, I called Selena up and we talked. I don't remember which one called which, but I do recall that happening.
And the next month, so that was September when they had that, when she did that podcast, the next month, they were posing together for photos. So there was a photo of the two of them on Instagram.
I remember that.
I mean, I feel like these two, yes, there's like obviously the timeline drama of Justin. And yes, there's the 7-part series saying that Hailey is obsessed with Selena. And we, and we can get into the evidence there if we want. But at the end of the day, they just dated the same man. And now one of them isn't dating him and the other is married to him. But in the meantime, they both built extremely successful brands, extremely successful businesses, have gone on with, moved on from the drama of it all. And it feels like it's everyone else trying to keep the drama focused on, their shared relationship with Justin Bieber when it's not even a factor, really. It seems like for the two of them.
I think people forget that we basically watched them all grow up. And I think a lot of what we saw was immaturity and emotional immaturity. And that was a lot of what was going on with that back and forth. But now if they're willing to get over it and she wants to live with a man who doesn't believe she can be on Vogue, I mean, go for it, girl. Like, who are we to judge?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I hope she hides the road beauty sale money from him.
I mean, honestly, because this is the thing. Not only are both of these women so successful in their own right, Justin, as we've spoken about, seems to be an op. Does not seem to be supportive of Hailey.
Mm-hmm.
In his relationship with Selena, I mean, obviously they broke up a bajillion times, so I don't think we're talking about Prince Charming there either. I just feel like he's not the prize. And I think there's so many people on social media who try to make it seem that way, like, oh, he's the prize, but he's, secretly still obsessed with Selena, and that's why Hailey is mad, and that's why he doesn't want to be with Hailey, because he still wants Selena and all this and that. It's like, who cares what he doesn't want? He is not the prize here. Okay.
Right. I actually was nervous that he was going to somehow try to sabotage this Benny Blanco situation, because like I could see that being his vibe. Like he just seems unhinged.
Seems a bit unhinged.
He seems a bit unhinged.
Like, just his Instagram posts alone, like we've said, like the posting negative things about Hailey. And then there have been some posts where it very much seems like he is talking about Selena in a way that feels uncomfortable. I don't know. It's just, this man is not the prize. And I don't know why so many people seem so hell-bent on posting about him and about them and this quote unquote love triangle as if like the goal is to be with Justin Bieber. Clearly,
he's pretty.
That's not the goal.
He's pretty, so everyone wants to be with him.
Yeah, see, and I just see someone who looks a little strung out.
Yeah, I agree. I will agree with you on there. I don't want to assume too much about his sobriety, but it doesn't seem like we are on the right path.
It does not.
And I am nervous because that's like, you already know, you have a kid. It's the most stressful time in your marriage is like when you have like a little baby, tiny little baby.
Oh my God.
Like,
the most stressful.
Get out of bed and help me now. Like imagine. And that dude's just like, sorry, I can't. I'm in the studio right now.
Yeah.
Like, yikes. I'm sure they have nannies, but I'm just like,
no, but
I don't
still,
like it.
No, it is really tough. And I will say, I think how they are helping one another take is potentially pretty controversial.
Okay, I can't wait, because I couldn't wait to see what you were going to say about that.
Well, listen. Here's what I think. I feel like Selena walked away from Justin. And I personally am hoping Hailey finds the strength to do the same. If he is in fact treating her as poorly behind the scenes as he is treating her in front of the rest of us,
right?
I hope Hailey can look at that choice that Selena made and be inspired by that. And frankly, I think Selena was helped by the fact that Hailey took Justin off her hands.
I like that. So I like your take because I love controversy. And also, I'm going to tell you what I thought your controversial take was going to be, because it's not what I thought it was. Okay. And what I thought you were going to say was Selena paved the way. She started a beauty company. She's had a cooking show on YouTube, and Hailey copied every single one of them. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Well, you know what? I'm sure Hailey has been inspired by Selena. I mean, Selena is older than her. Selena started her beauty brand first.
Yeah, and she's been a fan.
Cooking show first. She's been a fan. I'm sure Hailey was inspired by Selena. But the thing I hope she really learns from Selena is how to walk right on away.
Yeah,
you don't have to stay, girl. You can walk on away.
I hope that she secretly sees some of those videos about how Benny Blanco's treating her, and maybe is like, "Wow, that's not how I'm being treated," and then. An awakening. I deserve better. Yes.
But hopefully not. She doesn't try to go after Benny Blanco.
Oh, no,
find your own Benny Blanco.
Yeah. Don't go for Benny Blanco. I don't think that'll work anyway. I think he's too loyal. He knows what he has. He's too loyal.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's controversial. I hate to make it all about Justin, but frankly, everyone else has. And to me, if I'm going to make it all about Justin, let's make it all about leaving Justin. And he might be a perfectly good person. I just think he is not a good person right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that way. It seems like he needs to focus on himself. Maybe she doesn't even need to leave him forever. Maybe she just needs to like give him space.
Yeah. Or maybe not even leave him, but just like they need to have a couples counseling session or something about the things that he's posting about her online. Because it's one thing if you want to put up with that in your own home, but to also have it be public and him being embarrassing you in public like that your kid's going to maybe see and read back on.
Yeah.
No, that's
I mean, to say I never thought you'd be in Vogue and then 2 weeks later to be posting, and I wish I never met her and everything else. Like, what are we doing?
Those reels, because there was more than one, where he put a photo of her and these like horrible songs in the background were so bad. And then if you went into the comment section, every single person was like, I can't believe you posted this. There's still time to delete it. And he kept it up.
And
it's still there now.
Exactly.
Wow.
I just
Who needs an enemy when you have a husband like that?
This is what I'm saying. I just can't believe that she deserves all that. Like, people have called her a mean girl and everything else. Maybe she is that, but she's still a person. And like to have your partner, the love of your life, posting shit like that about you,
right?
When you're a mom to a newborn, when you are,
and
running your company, everything else,
right?
Yeah, I just it's too much.
No, it's too much.
It's too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So good luck, girl.
Yeah. I don't care if people say Hailey Bieber is mean girl, whatever. She's still a woman, so I will defend her, and I will never take Justin Bieber's side. Sorry. He is cute. I'll give him that. But that's
He is cute, and he has a great voice.
Yeah,
he's very, very talented.
I see the allure. I see
the allure. Mm-hmm. I just don't think anyone deserves to be treated that way by someone who's supposed to be your partner.
Yeah, and that man needs a belt. I mean, I feel like 100 years old saying that, but that man needs a belt. He just does. He's wearing his slippers outside. His pants are down to his ankles. Like, get that man a belt. Happy Father's Day. Here's a belt.
And that's our take, folks. Get that man a belt.
And that's the show. That's it for this week, everyone. Be sure to follow us on TikTok at 2 Queens, 2 Crowns, and to check out the podcast on YouTube, 2 Queens, 2 Crowns.
Erica and I would also love for you to follow us on our personal socials. I'm on TikTok at IM_KJ Miller and YouTube with the handle IMKJ Miller. And Erica's on IG at Let It Be Know and TikTok at Letta_Bitch Know. We'll see you next week.
Bye.